Previously on Skygate.
Well, that's a big ass bridge.
And that's last time on Skygate. Welcome back to Skygate, everybody. Our 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign that takes part almost entirely underground.
Why are you talking so fast?
Because we're trying to get this episode recorded quick.
He's
All
rapping.
right. Last time, what did you say?
He's rapping.
I'm rapping. Freestyle, remix. Lost my train of thought. The bridge collapses, you all die. Big ass bridge. You are not yet. You have arrived at a massive dark chasm with a seemingly endless bridge going across it. You cannot see the other side. The rest of the group is a bit behind you, but you have just arrived at the Black Chasm Bridge.
Big ass bridge. That's a big ass bridge.
That's a big ass bridge.
Can I hear anything? Ahead or
perception.
off to the sides? Or down in the hole?
Down
Feeling
in
so
the
low.
hole.
Drow in a hole.
Call back to
Perception, right?
My throat's going.
7.
I'm gonna
7?
die.
You hear, like, because of the sheer magnitude, you can hear, like, the occasional, like, echoey, like, click noise. Whether it's a small rock shifting and falling and echoing through, steps. It's hard to tell.
Can we see the far side of the bridge?
Oh, God, no.
Oh boy.
60 feet across, you can clearly tell from this side's, like, cross beams, 60 feet is not close to halfway across.
This is another day. This is a new day, right?
It's a new day, it's a new dawn, it's a new life.
Cool. Well, I've decided with my new life to leave this old life behind. I'm getting out of it.
And I'm feeling good.
Let's
I
cross
will-
this bridge that we got to it.
I will report back to my boss and the various other employees that big ass bridge ahead, sir.
Noted.
You are a boss, aren't you?
Sticking with our World War II air support, take out that AA gun references yesterday. We appear to have found the last bridge over the Rhine.
Right.
So once we reach the bridge,
We blow
I
it up.
guess I'll.
That's that problem solved.
Whatever was over there, we want it to stay over there.
Which could be true.
Which might be true.
We blow it up on our way back.
I guess once we've all reached the bridge.
The bridge.
I'll do my job.
It looks over. Everyone's done up. You're going out across the bridge first?
Let's go see what's up there.
Okay. You start walking across the bridge.
Casting
This couldn't go anywhere bad.
Pass Without Trace on myself.
Okay.
We got all of us.
He's going solo first. He's trying to scout it.
Yeah.
Alright.
He has to be the big damn
Start walking,
hero.
and you walk for 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet, 400 feet.
500 feet.
Can I get a 500 feet?
Yeah, I'll walk 50 feet.
I would walk 500 feet.
I would walk
That sounds much less impressive.
And as you continue to walk, you walk for a solid distance, and then you hear some footsteps coming from up ahead of you.
Run.
You said it is like a bridge with like supports and stuff on the side, right?
Yeah, very, like, it's pretty sparsely. It's not supports, it's like cables
Right.
extending out to kind of secure it into place.
So like, so I couldn't get much cover from one of those.
No, it's like a cable. Like it'd be like standing behind a thin tree. You don't see any light approaching you, but you do hear footsteps.
Okay, I will move to the side.
Okay.
And stay still with a flask of alchemist fire ready in my hand.
If it's ready in your hand, alchemist fire gives off a slight glow when it's outside of your pack.
Okay. If we're going with that, then I won't.
Then your hand is on it.
You can have it like hold it inside.
Yeah, I
your
can
pack,
keep it under my cloak.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a stealth.
32.
You see, stepping into frame, and you're stepping into the range of your dark vision, a exhausted, downtrodden, beat to shit looking little Svirfneblin. A very kind of old, crotchety looking Svirfneblin man. You can see he's got kind of long hair in a ponytail, a little cap on his head, covering, you don't know if he's bald or whatever, on top of like a long kind of white ponytail, and these thick white mutton chops going along the side of his head. He's got a red cap on his head. You can clearly see he's got a pickaxe or some sort of like pick on his head, and he is like trudging, slow walking towards you.
Well, hopefully this doesn't give him a heart attack. I light a candle.
And you see him kind of like look up at you, and his eyes like adjusting to the light. Hello?
Sorry, I'd put the candle out, but then you wouldn't be able to see me.
How long have you been walking?
I mean, I don't know, half hour?
I'm almost there.
How long have you been walking?
I lost track.
What's on
Days? Weeks? I don't know.
What's on the other side?
Well, I was prospecting, and I
Right?
fell through, had a cave in, ended up in a cavern I didn't recognize, followed it to a bridge, and I don't remember the last time I wasn't on this bridge.
That's ominous.
I'm almost out of rations.
Well, come along, little man.
Let's go.
It goes on and on.
And you guys turn around and start
You guys will
walking.
probably see the light from the candle coming long before
Unless
you'll
it's a
see.
magically long bridge and you never come back.
Cool.
You walk 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet,
I walked at least 500
400
feet
feet.
last time.
500 feet, 600 feet, 700
Oh
feet.
no.
You walk long enough that you feel like you walked double what you walked to get out to here, and you guys do not see any light.
Interesting.
I thought you said it was close.
It was.
We got ourselves a magic bridge, boys.
And you just see him sit down, take his pack off, and set it next to him.
Detect magic.
Okay. It is pervasive in the air around you. Illusion and enchantment.
Illusion and
Illusion and enchantment. Enchantment?
Axel.
You hear Axel. You all hear nothing.
Neat. Did you ever try walking back the way you came?
No. Well, once you've walked for a day, you have to assume the bridge will be done. Then I walked for the second day, and I
Right.
figured it'd be done soon if I walked back to
Let's try walking backward 1,000 feet or so, back the other way. We'll see if that's the way the bridge works. And then maybe we'll try actually walking backwards. I'm not a wizard. I'm just a
You
broomstick.
left him on the side of the bridge.
But we've got a wizard in our party. He'll know exactly what's going on if we can get back.
He's like, I'm so tired.
You can rest here if you'd like. I'll give him a couple of my rations
Okay.
because I have just rations in my
Thank
pack.
you. Thank you. And he'll take that. He'll take some of those and be like, yeah, I'm gonna eat for a little bit, and then I'll see you when you come back around. Good luck.
I'll probably move fast.
That was the last
but
time
move
we ever
back
saw that.
the other. Move back the other way.
You run for a while the other way until you run into his backpack.
Without him.
Just the backpack.
Did he have it last time you saw him?
It was sitting
Yeah,
next to
sit
him.
next to it.
What's the back?
That's kind of honest. I just called that too. It's like, and we never saw him
Well-
again.
He jumped
Like a
at me.
loop.
Yeah.
But how to break the loop?
Jump off.
Yikes.
We just see the candle.
I'll wait for 15 minutes or so just to see if he comes trudging dejectedly along.
15 minutes goes by.
Okay.
Nothing.
Then I'll walk back the way I just came, backwards.
Okay. You walk for. How long are you willing to walk for? 500 feet.
Yeah.
500 more. You walk for a while until you almost trip over his backpack again, walking backwards.
Is he with it?
He is not.
Dang, what happened to the old man?
He definitely jumped.
You could also do the old chalk trick to see if you are forming a loop.
Well, it's his backpack.
Well, could be more than one backpack. It's a magic bridge.
What the fucking bridge? Don't have enough rope to figure this out.
How long has he been gone at this point?
Probably getting close to 30 minutes.
I'll put it, yeah, I suppose I'll put a little X down with chalk.
Okay.
And do the loop again.
Walking either direction. Not that I should give you that information. Walking for a while, you eventually loop back to an X and a backpack.
If I mean, yeah, so like if I do an X, but it does seem like I'm approaching the backpack,
From the other direction.
like from, like if I walk, based off the way the backpack is oriented, if I walk away from it, do I come back the same direction I
It
went?
doesn't seem like it loops. It seems like if, say, you walked up to the backpack and you were on the side that the pick was on, and
Right.
you kept walking, you would walk back from the side the pick was not on. It doesn't seem like a loop. It seems like he walked for a while, turned around, and kept walking. Seems like you're making it a loop.
Run back and forth very fast to confuse it.
Be out, magic.
Which way am I going? Which way am I going, magic?
You could try walking with your eyes closed.
Left turn, right up.
Right at through. Listen,
It was a shame you couldn't fly. It was a bird after all.
Melon. You need the secret passcode.
Banana.
If I knew anything
Banana.
about this, I could do dispel magic. But
Probably not in this whole fucking bridge. It's probably a pretty powerful magic.
but I'm
artifact.
Rudolph.
He is Trudolf.
I have the truest of spells.
Magic is shit.
What do you do to make magic?
Based off of the number of times I've done this, do I feel like I could identify like an approximate outermost point? Does that make sense? Like,
You could like mark it with like 1, 2, 3 every like 100 steps.
you know what I mean? Like
You mean to get like a total length of the bridge?
like to figure out how far out I make it before I'm getting turned around, if that makes sense.
Roll me a intelligence check.
Damn. 12.
It's seamless.
Right.
It feels you can like from the back and forth with him, you can try and remember and like guesstimate how deep you were in before you looped the first time, but you don't really know when you looped the first time.
Right. Well, it's more of a question of like from this backpack. If I try and walk at approximately the same pace, I assume it takes 15 minutes or whatever for me to reach the pack again. Like or 10 minutes or whatever it is. So I would like to get, like if it takes me 10 minutes to loop back to the pack, I would like to walk for 5 minutes out one direction and then turn around and walk back.
Okay. It seems to take you longer this time. You tried to turn around. Okay. After a certain, I made this. I understand.
Yeah, it's fine.
If you walk 5 minutes away, turn around and walk back, you'll walk back to the backpack. That's it.
What's in the backpack?
I mean, I guess I can look in the backpack. I don't think this guy had
I'm
the
just
solution,
curious.
just like
Sorry,
it is
I'm
backpack.
just curious.
Seems like there's some gemstones. What's left of some rations.
Is with detect magic, is the pack magical?
It is not.
Okay.
It is a mundane pack.
So it doesn't seem like this guy was magic as shit.
The two most frustrating puzzle magics. Enchantment and
I guess so. There's Is there any railing at all to this bridge? No. Okay, yeah, so I don't really want to walk around with my
Which
eyes
is
closed.
terrifying, by the way. And very irresponsible, whoever made this.
How dare you not put railings on this magic is shit mindfuckery bridge?
The cruelty is the point.
So
And
I
the cruelty is part of it.
What happens if I uncover my magic eye because that can see through magical dark vision? Does that seem to make any difference? Or because I can see through magical darkness? Does that seem to make any difference?
Roll me a perception.
Moving my eye patch over to the other eye.
Roll me a perception.
Oh,
Ooh.
16.
puzzle pieces.
The 16, you can tell that there is, like, we're going kind of letter of the law here.
Right.
You can kind of see through magical darkness, which means you can tell that there is a kind of magical darkness about this place. It's not like a magical darkness in that, like, dark vision still can see through it. But there seems to be a magical effect that is causing almost a sphere of darkness around you. You can see along the edge of the bridge a couple of gaps in that.
Whoa, that's a cool interaction.
Specifically, like, kind of nearby to where the bag is, you can see, like, a little ways down from it, kind of a weird sort of bit of gap in the magic darkness.
Let's go take a look at the gap in the magic darkness.
Okay. You kind of get up close and are, like, looking at the darkness there. It seems... It's just looks like... Kind of give me another perception check. Give me another perception check. It's hard because it's like you're trying to distinguish between 3 different darknesses here, essentially.
Right.
8. It's somewhat silhouette-y. Kind of.
Like a person?
Kind of.
I deck it.
You swing at it?
Yeah.
Roll an unarmed attack.
I'm not, I guess, suppose proficient in unarmed attacks, but I am strong.
I believe you're proficient in unarmed attacks.
I think you do get that proficiency.
Well, in that case, it's a 23.
Okay.
That's
Roll damage.
shittery.
It's just a 1, right?
Oh yeah, it's
so
1 plus
it's,
strength.
so 4 damage.
4 damage. It connects with something solid, and this silhouette kind of twists, like you punch something in the face, and then this darkness kind of shifts and twists underneath the bridge.
It, like, darts under the bridge.
I can see you now, fuckers.
I do the loop again and see if that... Or now that I know what I'm looking for, I want to try and walk to one end of the bridge again.
Okay. Roll me a disadvantaged perception check.
12.
12. You kind of feel like, kind of looking ahead, you kind of feel like you see a sort of difference in the darkness. And then you kind of look a little closer, and you're like, blink really hard and look, and it's gone. And it's back to just impenetrable darkness.
So you said there were multiple of these gaps by the back.
Yeah, you kind of looking ahead with this eye's range it gives you. You saw like one near the backpack and one further along on the other side. Looking back now, I need another perception check if you're trying to spot any more of these.
Crit?
Crit. You spot one, nail one. There's one that you can, with a crit, you can get, it almost looks like the silhouette of a person like hanging on to the edge of the bridge looking at you.
Shoot him in the face.
What do you want, shadow people?
You're so cool.
Shadow Man.
There's no response.
Grab them and pull them off the bridge.
As you shout that out though and like are
Right.
clearly like looking, this thing kind of like sinks down underneath the bridge again.
Let's...
They wait for they put an enchantment spell on the bridge, wait for someone to get super tired and then eat them.
Let's do us one of them
That's what
primeval
happened to old
awarenesses.
man.
See
Okay.
what sort of creature types is.
He got eaten.
I mean, technically it's within 6 miles, but...
The old man, he didn't eat it, he got eaten.
That's true.
Eat it or eat it,
6
your choice.
Eat it or eat.
Uh,
Ass, grass, or cash.
I would
No one
rather
rides
get
for free.
yeeted than eated.
You'd rather get yeeted than eated?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
what is the types you get?
Well, I'll tell you. Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
You get undead.
Undead.
It doesn't say anything about numbers or.
So that's a shadow person, like a
I really
spirit.
need to be here, so I gotta
Yeah.
turn undead.
That would be probably pretty.
Well, this isn't the first time I've had to solo shadow people in the campaign Erickson was running.
If I had a nickel.
I feel like
Which isn't a lot, it's weird
walk
having
across
twice.
looking for him.
At this point, it's probably been about an hour.
If
since
you're down for like half a day, we're just gonna try and fight.
Hang on. I'm going to ritual cast detect magic.
Okay.
Because. Fuck you.
Looking out ahead of you, you can see it kind of miasma of illusion and enchantment magic out there.
It's fucky.
I'll switch to the crossbow and keep my eyes open. Keep my eye open for shadow people.
Give me a perception check.
Could
It's
I
shadow people
cast-
season. Perception check is a 23.
23.
Oh,
what is their bonus?
that's actually a good point. Once you're done here, I'll.
23. You are able to spot one. It's kind of the very top of its head peering over an edge.
Well, didn't want to have to do this, shadow people. I'll take a shot at the shadow person.
Okay.
Which is going to be a 9.
9 kind of clink across that, and you see the head sink down.
Can I tell with my detect magic, what with being a wizard, if this is that the bridge itself is magical, or that something is like casting a spell that the bridge is just an area of it?
It's like you're looking at a bridge that goes forward a couple, like 5-10 feet, and then hits a sphere of this magic that's fully encompassing the bridge.
Okay. Hey Derby,
Yeah,
you have Dispel Magic, right?
I do.
I need you to cast Dispel Magic on this part of the bridge right here.
Well,
Done.
I have a climbing kit.
Roll it. As I assume it's not a 3rd level spell.
What are you just like trying to touch the air and cast it? What are you trying to cast Dispel Magic on?
I'll point him at the...
The bridge.
It's the bridge itself that seems...
There seems to be a cloud encompassing the bridge.
It is a 3rd level spell.
Well, I mean this
My
effect,
ass.
if it's higher than the... Yeah, let's do the air itself. I'll make that... I'll as your resident wizard, I will make that call.
Okay.
To ask you to
I
do
do.
that.
Your detect magic still being up still shows this cloud there.
Could I convince you to burn another spell uselessly?
I suppose.
Can you try casting it on, like, the bridge?
Sure.
Just no more than that damn
That's
mushrooms.
it, though. That's all I got.
You reach and touch the bridge and cast this spell. The sphere still remains.
Dang.
Since I have a climbing kit, which includes a harness and various things, I'll hook my rope with a grappling hook to the harness, and I guess I'll approach the edge of the bridge.
Okay.
I don't want one of these things to grab me and pull me off, but I'll be hopefully prepared for that eventuality.
At this point, would I be aware of the undead?
Not naturally.
Let's go hunting shadow people.
You go over to the edge. Nothing attacks you.
Where you is, shadow people?
Hey.
Come on, shadow people, let's fight this out like reasonable adults.
They don't seem to be taking the bait currently.
Let's see.
There's nothing I can do if they're all stuck crawling around the bottom of the bridge like spiders.
I'm gonna send the raven out into the cloud of... Do I, like, see him, or does he disappear once he gets into the cloud?
I mean, you see him. The cloud of magic kind of obscures your vision a little bit on him, but he flies until he gets to the extent of your dark vision.
Well, I can communicate telepathically with him.
Yeah.
So I ask him to... Okay, now fly back.
How far in do you have him fly before he does that? Does he leave the extent of your dark vision?
Yeah.
Okay. How much?
You want him to go the full 100 feet, or?
Yeah.
Okay. If the bird will acknowledge, turn around and start flying, and looking through it. Are you looking through his vision? Okay, you see him turn around and start flying. This is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I have lots of... There's also an interesting thing I can do, because I can summon the raven back... I can dispel him and summon him back to me.
You see him flying towards you, Like, him turn around, fly, and then immediately turn back around and fly the other direction, and then speak to you confusedly, saying, "I've been flying for a long time and I can't get back."
So he's turning himself.
You looking through his perspective, he
Yeah.
turns back. He like basically does a
Okay.
little.
Okay, so I have him
360.
fly. So as I say, stop, fly towards me, and then when I see him turn himself around, I'll tell him to stop again, turn around, and fly towards me.
Okay, he turns back around and then turns around again.
Ah,
He basically does a
yeah.
full spin and
He's
starts
spinning in
flying.
circles.
And he's like,
Yeah.
"Ah,
Nope.
I am very disoriented."
Shit's fucky.
Ozzy?
Okay.
Ozzy?
Right, it's fucking.
What if we had somebody walk out there with a rope around
tied
their
around them.
waist,
Yeah.
and then you tried to pull them back?
Come on, pesky little shadow people.
Yeah, you're still there.
I'll volunteer.
You'll volunteer?
Yeah.
Alright, I've got.
We gotta go get Candle somehow.
How much does a adventurers pack?
50.
We should
feet.
tie as many
50?
ropes together as we can.
I've got 50. You've got
I've
100.
got somewhere.
Mine's sticky.
I've got another 50.
I will sit down.
So you got 200 feet of
wait
rope?
Like a
Any
patient
ropes in a
hunter
priest
for
pack?
pesky little shadow people to pop the heads up
Probably
so I
so.
can take a shot at it.
We should have
So
the
we-
sticky end on our part so we can grip it
Oh,
and like
that's
pull it back.
You have 200 feet of rope?
Yep.
Alright, let's tie it real good around my waist.
Yep.
And don't lose hold of the other end of it.
Yep.
And
I'll tell the Raven to. I'll guide him as close as I can get him because, like, where he flips. So where he flips, I'll tell him to stop,
Okay.
and I'll have him wait there. Then hopefully.
if I'm not back in 10 minutes, try and pull me out.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll go walking in.
you start walking in. You almost step
That's
on
so cool.
Raven.
Because if I can use the Raven to view through his eyes, then I won't be affected, and I can give instructions through the Raven because the Raven can talk. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Good.
I love puzzles like this.
Players start bullshit stacking abilities.
There was that moment where I was like, I mean, the bird's going to turn around as soon as he tries to fly back. I'm like, but you will see that because it's going to do it, but you're viewing through its senses. You are not in control of it. It's very different. It's interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. You will walk for a couple, how many 100 feet?
200 feet.
200 feet. You kind of get to the edge of the rope. You feel like, you guys kind of feel like you're taut.
I'll go, Candle! Hello? Come this way.
Come this way. I'm done.
Yeah.
Did
Did he find my?
You're an idiot.
Did he see my Raven?
Huh?
Did he see my Raven? As he was walking that 200 feet?
He walked past your Raven.
Oh, past the Raven.
Whatever,
Okay,
just eating
I'll
because
get
I'm
the Raven to sit
bored.
on his shoulder.
Okay.
Suppose I'll
So you can hear me through the radio
I'll,
now. We can just talk
yeah.
to each other.
it would seem
You guys have a walkie-talkie on your like
The Raven
scuba
talkie.
suit man.
Yeah.
We
Sent in the fucking deep
I'm gonna
team
go
for you.
I'm gonna say I can hear Candle.
Okay.
I will I suppose I'll pick up this poor prospector's pack.
Okay.
God bless.
I'll just do the thing like you used to do in high school where you had to carry somebody else's pack where you just sling it over your own backpack. And I'll start heading in the direction of the voice, still on the lookout for pesky little shadow man.
Give me one more perception check.
That one's only 14.
Okay. You don't spot any until you spot him
Hey.
with a rope tied around his waist,
Oh.
sitting there with a little raven on his shoulder.
Careful, there's shadow people.
You hear out of the darkness with no body. Shadow people echoes from the darkness.
Oh right, I'll light a candle.
I would have had to have like light castles, or I would have just walked off the bridge.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
That's probably true.
Probably should have sent the thing already.
Shouldn't have sent me in there completely blind, I would hope.
Yeah, I can cast.
Put a blindfold on him and push him out into
Alright, good luck.
Which
Technically might work.
He gets like 20 feet and then you feel there's thunder as he falls off.
Candle, this bridge is fucked up, but I'm hoping since they're holding this other end of this rope, they can pull us out of here.
Yeah, there's shadow people in some sort of magical aura of enchantment and illusion.
Well, let's try to get out of here and we'll figure it out once we're not trapped in here. Hopefully we're not trapped in here.
I think if we could get a hold of or kill one of the shadow people, that might solve the problem.
Axel, start pulling lightly on the rope.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have a hold of Candle
Okay.
and just like
Hold me
let
out.
the rope kind of pull
Yeah,
me.
so
We'll start
Just
pulling.
keep it. Yeah,
Are
keep
you
us
not
keep
gonna
it
I assume
hot.
you're just gonna walk in the direction with
Yeah.
them as
Yeah.
they go.
I'm gonna just like let the rope pull.
The rope is smooth going until you've been walking for about 150 feet or so, and then all of a sudden it's like it pulls tight as you guys were walking in the direction of the rope, and then all of a sudden you're like and it like tugs against your stomach as you're like all of a sudden the rope is behind you and tugging on you instead of in
All
front of you walking toward you.
All right.
Sit down.
Yeah.
Sit down. Just let
this
them,
is
let
going-
them booty scoot us.
Okay, yeah, that I was just gonna pour a flask of oil on us so we slide across the ground. I was gonna do
That's
it.
funny. You're doing it.
Grease them up, boys.
Grease up them booty cheeks.
How much rope have you pulled?
About 150 feet. We're on my
Alright.
rope.
Just keep pulling, and I'm going to just be on the ground. You're gonna have to drag me out.
All right, everybody, grab hold.
Start pulling.
She's sitting on your lap. Go ahead and whoever has the highest athletics, roll it with advantage. As the four
I have a
of you work
6.
6 will probably do it.
Yeah.
With advantage?
together. With advantage. You got 3 other people helping.
There you
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a 13.
I mean, it's not. It is like this guy's in heavy armor. There's a overlaid packs, and after a little while, within the range of you guys see a light kind of appear,
Yeah.
and then slowly approach as sitting there hugging candle, sliding his ass along the ground with a bird on his shoulder.
Does he like multiple times see the rope like change which side of us it's on?
It doesn't. It seems like it's behind you, and you get drugged.
It's like your
Backwards
perception
through it.
itself that flips it.
Weird.
Which means I think that if you did it with your eyes closed, you wouldn't flip. If that was possible. Actually, I could probably figure it out with the Raven. If the Raven was on your shoulder, I was
got
watching
there,
through
and
it.
then fly towards me with your eyes closed.
No, the Raven would have his eyes closed. The Raven would be sitting on your shoulder so I could watch.
You're saying one of
and
us
then
walks with our eyes
guide
closed,
you.
the Raven guides us, but the Raven might flip around on our shoulder a few times.
Right, but I'll just tell him.
The other thing I was about to
You just
try
make sure I
before
don't
went-
walk off.
The other thing I was
I'll
about
be
to
like,
try
to your
before I
left,
went
to your right.
hunting for shadow
plaguing
people was
Erickson
to
with these
just attach a note
technicalities.
to a crossbow bolt and just fire it
Fire
down the
it.
length of the bridge.
That would
If we
also
just
be
make it so
So you guys just
complicated,
like,
you
what's
guys
happened?
give up and let something work.
Oh, a note.
a note. Letter for you, sir.
I'm gonna hold it up.
Alright, well, maybe we should try that again, still with the rope. How much rope do you have? Can we add it to
I technically have 60.
Rope is the solution to all of our
Well,
problems.
add his rope to the one we have. I'll walk in there with the Raven on my shoulders with my eyes closed.
Right.
And you just make sure I don't walk off.
Yes. Sounds like a plan.
This will be great.
Everyone, grab hold. We're up to. Hang on. How long is your rope?
I have 60 feet of rope.
60 feet.
I have a 50-foot length. And a 10-foot length.
260.
260.
So you're gonna try and walk 260 feet with the rope tied to you, with the bird, and him using the bird's eyes,
Right.
talking to you to adjust.
Left.
Yeah, to make sure I don't walk off the bridge.
Okay. Go ahead and
I'm gonna
give
go nice and
me
slow so that I don't mess up.
an advantage persuasion.
I'll blindfold myself even so.
You know,
I can't
not
accidentally
persuasion. It'd be an intelligence.
Intelligence.
We'll make it investigation.
Plus 3.
That's relevant.
It is a 16.
Okay. He gets the extent of your rope without falling to his doom.
Hooray! Wait. Sorry.
Wait, now what?
Hooray! Wait, no.
Technically, I have one more to my investigation than I thought I did, but that's not
The result
irrelevant
is the
right
same.
now.
He doesn't
I just
fall off the
need
edge.
Well, see,
Is there anything different out in front of me?
The-
Burster bird?
see if he can walk back back to us
Right.
without us having to pull.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I'll be like, all right, turn around.
Because he may
Once I
not
get
have.
you-
He may not
Pull
have.
the rope tight and I'll just
He may not
kind of
have.
guide myself
He
back.
may not
on
have
the
reached the other threshold.
That's true.
Basically, the same thing happens when he was on his own. He
he
walks
was
towards you with that kind of forward momentum of you pulling him, and then all of a sudden it's taut as you realize the rope is not in front of you but behind you.
Even
Alright.
with your eyes closed. That's interesting.
Let's do the whole thing again.
Yep.
Sit on your
I'll
ground.
sit down and get dragged down.
We'll make a roll with all 5 of you.
It is very funny.
So essentially, we have to. It's like we have to go on our hands and knees to get like if we
Because we'll
want.
turn ourselves
No,
around.
you'll still get turned around.
Yeah.
Because you don't notice yourself turning around.
What
Alas,
if
my
we bum
poor
rush
snuff
it?
neblin
I
friend.
know.
What if
Got
I
eaten by the
cast
shadow people.
By the
Tasha's
shadow
hideous
people.
laughter on the ghost people?
Do you even know? Well, do we?
See, I wonder if
I
a
don't know if
bright
I know the
enough
rest of us
light.
will, none of us will even be able to see him.
Yeah. That's
Does he, if he, like with light on his shield, does that like interact with that magical darkness at all?
It seems like it flickers out once he gets to a certain distance from you guys.
Okay, because I wonder if we can use light to identify the shadow people, or if we, because I wonder how the rest of you will be able to see the shadow.
You said they crawled underneath the bridge?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have the raven poke around underneath the bridge. Like
Okay.
I'm gonna have him like fly and see what he sees.
I have to walk in and do another rescue mission.
Go ahead and roll.
I can get him back,
Go ahead and
don't
roll a perception check.
Ooh.
What's on the number on the d20? He flies around down there. He does not see anything.
Is he able to get back to me?
He starts flying back the direction he came from, and he says that after flying for a really long time, that
I'm gonna have him fly downwards.
okay, he flies. He's gonna fly straight down. I gotta think about how that's gonna work.
He does have dark vision.
He does. That's interesting.
He gets a,
He flies straight down, and he says that he's been flying straight down. He really flies straight down, and then all of a sudden he passes the bridge going from above.
So it works like omnidirectionally. I'll try and fly like if north is straight on the bridge, I'm gonna fly like west.
Okay, he flies until all of a sudden he's flying back over the top of the bridge again.
Are there any symbols or icons or anything etched into this bridge anywhere?
Not that you saw.
What if I look closely?
Not that
Go
you
ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh, it's a 4.
Not.
All right, I'll summon the raven back to myself.
Back to you. Okay.
Interesting. You're having interesting because we're poking at your puzzle and we're trying to figure out the puzzles. We're like,
Testing the gates for weakness.
yeah, we've turned into raptors.
Forever girl.
That's the. I strive to be the raptor, not the hunter.
Does anybody have any teleporting magic?
I do.
Oh.
Did we take that portable portal?
Portable hole? We have a portable hole. Oh, that's really good.
Oh. Well,
Put the bridge in the portable hole.
I put it in the hole.
I touch the bridge. Nothing happens? Okay, in the back.
In the if you all jump into the hole, size 20, and you yeet it into that like a frisbee.
That's an interesting question. If you're all in a portable hole and somebody throws it, do you take any fall damage?
Is this a clever way to get down to the bottom of the ravine? Well, yeah. I'm not saying that wouldn't be a problem.
How do we get out of the hole?
A portable hole comes drifting down from the sky like a sheet of paper into a drow camp, and they're just like, what the fuck? And then a bunch of
It's a real Trojan hole.
our
Get to this portable hole.
Our enemies are retreated and left us a portable hole.
Now, if you all had what's the bottles of air, then we'd have something going.
She's got bottle of breath.
Yeah.
I do.
Then we'd have something going.
And then one guy keisters the portable hole.
He can smuggle a whole army in.
Walks into camp.
With an entire army up his ass.
Until he sneezes and rips an interdimensional portal in his soul.
Like 20 minutes later, a flood of blanket running out of the bathroom. Attack the castle.
Felix goes, I need to use the restroom. Walks in, door slams open, a bunch of
Viking ring.
An impossible number of soldiers come rushing out of the bathroom. I just stood at the stand and they got within the wall.
As all, and they did it.
Why have you never keistered a bag of holes in a Trojan horse before?
That is such a player character.
It's such a player character play. Anyway, Black Castle Bridge.
I think we should just kill the shadow people.
Oh,
Good, better, easier said than done.
only one of us can even see them. And rolls bad on attacks.
Yeah, true.
And why are you offended?
Are you really good
I'm not
at giving
really.
directions?
The man speaks the truth.
I don't have any magical. Oh, hey, what was my spell for the day? Maybe
Do you have
maybe
a D12.
Maybe it'll just.
he doesn't have any third level spell slots.
It just gives you.
I made him use all.
it just gives you
I
sunlight.
have turned undead.
Ring
But I
Defer,
don't know
the
that
Scepter,
this isn't undead.
Blink.
It's also only like 30 feet or something.
I don't know.
What?
Blink is interesting, actually.
What did you say?
It's blink.
I said Ring Defer, the Scepter, Blink.
That's the spell you got?
Uh-huh.
Which, wait.
It puts you in the ethereal plane.
So if you go in the ethereal plane and try to walk through there, what would happen?
I know. It's only for a round. The issue is that once I blink, I'll lose the rope.
Well, it's like at the end of your turn, essentially. Well, between the end of each of your turns, on a roll of 11 hours, you vanish from the current plane and appear in the ethereal plane.
So it's like I'm.
Why did you roll the fucking snake or something? Why don't you think about this?
Yeah, it's like, does the magic extend
I just
to the
wonder if,
ethereal
like,
plane?
with light or something like that, if we could use it to see the shadow people, like if they would show up as a
I was
shadow.
wondering if we took a long rest and came back and had daylight. If we cast daylight, would it like counteract some of the magical darkness?
Because even if we were all stuck in there, but we could actually see these things to fight them, that might.
Assuming there's a cause of the fuckery, and not just a result of some other fuckery.
The issue is, like, once we commit to being on the bridge, we're kind of on the bridge.
Yeah, once everybody goes on, we're either finding a way out or dying in there.
Yeah.
We need to have like the rope escape possibility.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me want to try something, but
I want to do it just to make you kill me.
I want to try something, but I'd have to take a chunk of rope back.
You can have some of the rope.
Can I have my 50 feet of rope back?
Yeah.
So we think it's around 50 feet onto the bridge,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. If it's like 50 feet out onto the bridge, I'm gonna, since I have my climbing kit.
Do you want my
time
light?
Sight, well, yeah, I'll take light with me as well, just in case. That's not the source of this experiment.
Are you
but,
going with a rope tied on you?
Well, what I'm gonna do is tie myself. I mean, somebody can come get me if they have to, but because I want to tie. I could tie myself off to both ropes.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like the safety rope that you guys
I
have.
do a small lion statuette on the bridge.
Exactly. Then I will be totally safe. It'll swing me to safety when the bridge starts.
Exactly.
But only if the lion statue doesn't pop off the ledge and give you a concussion.
Bridge starts collapsing. Brandon's character watches the stone lion that his safety rope tied to go pop off the edge of the bridge. It's just like, watch out below.
and concussed.
Rain the fuck out of me.
You almost drowned.
But I essentially want to go like 40 feet out onto the bridge, like right before it gets fucky. Tie off to one of the supports with the shorter rope,
Okay.
if that makes sense. Then cross the threshold and then try and pull myself back with that anchored rope.
Okay.
Because it'd be really weird if I'm pulling
Yeah,
myself
because you can't pull
front hand
yourself
and
back.
then it will
Yeah.
like. I don't know. I just want to know what's going to happen. This is for science. Let's make you figure this out.
You get to that 40 mark. There is not one of these rails next to you there. One of these poles. You
Could
try
I-
to hand it to somebody or something?
Well, would there be one of those poles close enough that with 50 feet of rope I could get to the other side of the threshold?
Sure.
Then I'll tie it off there.
Okay.
Do we have a compass?
That's a good question.
Do you?
Do we? Does
No.
it engineering?
I don't
back
have a
on
demon compass from your friend. Unless you sent those back with her.
But yeah, I want to, I essentially want to try and pull myself back across the threshold.
That'll help.
Just
You will pull yourself, and then all of a sudden you reach and it's air in front of you. And you look down, and the rope's still tied around you, but it's pointing behind you.
Huh.
Now scoot yourself around and start pulling again.
Interesting.
I do
Well,
have
if I've got your source of light, I want to try and use the like an actual light to find the shadow people.
Okay.
If I can shining across, I can see like the outline better or something like that.
You have like the light cantrip on you right now.
Yeah, he
like a
gave
rock.
It, yeah, he
Okay.
gave it to me.
I mean, you have light shedding around the outside of you. You can roll perception.
It's still probably just gonna be my magic eye. 12.
Outside of the range of the light, it just blends into darkness.
imprisoning you.
Oh, that you see absolute horror.
Yep. You can all pull me back now.
Which we can probably hear you. You're only 50 feet away.
You don't hear anything.
Really?
Can I just give 2 tugs on the roof?
And we start pulling.
Interesting.
You kind of you sit down.
It's a novel way of getting out of this. it's interesting.
Should we take a rest and try to
I've discovered an inescapable trap. We figured out we could just pull them out.
Let's see. Oh! My Eldritch Blade casts like a dim light as it fires. Does it disappear once it gets within the 50 feet? Like if I shoot it?
Are you just firing an Eldritch Blast straight down the
Straight down the
middle of
bridge.
it? Okay. It kind of fades into nothingness pretty quickly.
walk into it?
I would
Just keeps going.
I would like to stand slightly to the side.
Perception gets flipped too.
Yeah,
So it's a never-ending way.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would like to stand slightly to the side just in case it doesn't come straight back down the barrel.
You fired a bunch in there, and then the whole inside of it is just like blast going all over.
The shadow people can't get out of there.
Oh my god! It's just as usual, the solution was bullets.
So anyway, I start playing.
It's like being stuck inside a bubble shield in Halo 3 with one of the spike grenades, and all just the spikes just ricochet everywhere.
Oh my god, hilarious. Not helpful, but hilarious.
I wish we had a lot more rope.
Okay, I have to try it. So I'm going to walk the 50 feet into the. Sorry, I'll explain what I'm doing before I just fucking wander
Before
off.
you just walk off on
I have blink. I want to see if this effect continues in the astral plane or not. Ethereal plane, sorry, not astral plane. Ethereal plane.
I've had enough of this puzzle. Teleport self to astral.
I'm going to space.
Space.
I'm going to the one place this bridge can't operate.
Black chasm bridge in my body to space. Black chasm bridge in the hair of my face.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. So, I'll try that.
So you're walking out into the darkness.
Right.
Is your raven with you or not?
We have a rope on you.
Yes.
No.
Do you have a rope on him?
Well, yeah, I tied the rope around me so that you can.
But if he teleports himself to
If
the...
you
You
Right,
have to
if
be
you-
very clear with what you're doing before you
Right.
walk onto this bridge.
Yes, sorry.
So you have a rope tied around you and your
Yes.
raven on
Yeah,
your
won't the
raven
rope
on
just
your
fall
shoulder.
off when it goes to the ethereal plane? So.
It will, but it's that's when I get back, I
Oh,
can
you
tie it to
find the
myself,
rope
and then
tie
you
it.
can.
Okay.
Yeah. And I can give 2 tugs, and we can.
Alright.
Yeah.
Or something else gives 2 tugs, and we
And then
call
we
a
have a
shadow
whole-
person
yeah, right,
out of
then we
there,
get
and we
him.
call
And
him.
then we get him.
You pull back and there's just a lit stick of dynamite.
Hey, no, they Bugs Bunny'd us. Sick bastards.
These shadow people have seen loonies?
You guys you just turn and run, and as you run, an anvil lands on you.
If
It's
they-
an acme on the side.
If they manage to Looney Tunes us, they deserve the win.
Okay. So I go out,
Okay.
and then once I'm, we've determined it's like 50 feet, so I'll go like 60 feet. And then I'll try to turn around and see where the switch hits me.
You can't really perceive when the switch hits you.
Right, just when I notice that I'm walking the wrong way. Right?
Like when you noticed from the rope.
Right.
Yeah, sure. Okay, that's what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Okay. So then I'm going to... I tell the bird that if he doesn't come with me on the blink, because technically when he's on my shoulder, he's considered like a part of me, but like, I don't know how we want to rule that. So if I blink away and he's still here, just stay by the rope.
Okay.
And I will cast Blink with my once a day.
Okay. Let me read a short
Yeah,
novel.
you're good. Blink does a lot of stuff. Don't blame me. You gave it to me. This is so fun. I love shit like this. Hey, solve a magic puzzle that you never accomplished
Hey,
with
if we
anything.
can figure out a way to successfully and repeatably cross this bridge without dispelling the effect, this is a powerful tool. in
It's
our
true.
arsenal.
That's true. Well, yeah, you can basically trap someone in the Shadow Realm, Jimbo.
Yeah.
So, last for a minute. You will have 10 turns in a minute. So, Where's the D10? Turn 1. End of turn 1. Roll me a D20.
17.
You blink into the ethereal plane.
Okay.
It will be for a couple of seconds that you're in the ethereal plane, on the edge. You notice the world around you somewhat illuminate, because in the ethereal plane, darkness does not really affect you. Even magical darkness, kinda.
Interesting.
And so you, looking out at this bridge, see now in shades entirely of gray, a bridge. And you can see at a couple spots up ahead of you on this bridge, little black tops of heads staring at you from over the edge. And then all of a sudden, you blink back to existence.
Okay.
You see them too. The shadow.
Turn 2.
Turn 2. Roll D20.
You, for the sake of this, you will have your turn. At the end of your turn, you can blink into the ethereal plane.
Okay. So I saw those guys. So I'm going to make, because it's at the end of my turn. But do I get any action while I'm in the ethereal plane?
Blink is.
But you can line yourself up
I mean-
for an Eldritch Blast, and then as soon as you backfire it.
Yeah, the thing is, it's
Go to
at the
ethereal
end
plane.
of your turn that you
And
will
you
go,
go.
and then at the start of your turn, you
Like
will
that.
reappear. This is not really meant to be used outside of combat.
I see.
So for the sake of this, potentially you could ready an action. I'd let you do that. We'll just treat it as, but you couldn't like move and interact normally. This doesn't. This isn't etherealness. Blink
Right.
is a very temporary
very-
blink in and
Yeah.
out. It's essentially to keep you safe on your turn.
Yeah.
in combat.
No, I 100% get it. I was just interested to see how I can use it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you can tell, I guess, with that blink, because the darkness doesn't really affect you, that what you're like looking at across, you can see that this bridge is probably. You can't really like it's so long and so far across. You can't accurately gauge how long it is, but you can see the other side
Gotcha.
while blinked.
Okay. Yeah, it's not like it's some impossible distance. It'd be like a 15-minute walk.
Yeah.
But it's like you're just getting fucked with.
Mhm.
Okay. Interesting. Let's give your idea a try. And
Are you letting? So for the next minute, you will sporadically blink in and out. Are you wanting to keep going?
Yes,
So turn 2.
turn
Are
two.
you doing anything on your turn?
not
of initiative.
this turn.
Okay. End of your turn. Roll a d20.
15.
You blink.
Okay. I will look for one of these shadow people
Okay.
that is within range of an Eldritch Blade,
Okay.
and I will line it up so that when I blink back into reality and have an action, I will fire.
You blink back to reality. Roll me a disadvantage Eldritch Blast.
That is an 18. Oh, disadvantage. Not advantage. That is a 11.
Miss. You can attack with 2.
Oh yeah,
Two
that's
bolts.
true. That one is much better. 25.
Roll me damage.
Ha. That is a 6 damage Reno.
You hear like a and
See if you blink, see what happened.
Yeah.
into this turn, roll
And
me a
then
I
d20.
can't believe that Birdman punched me in the face.
15.
15. You blink again.
Okay.
And blinking back in, you see a kind of apparition in that area, twisting and writhing underneath the bridge. And you can see a lot of these shadowy figures, kind of like, again, it's like this like shadowy shape of a person hanging over the bridge and looking around, and then kind of like looking towards you, and then it seems like the whole group of them slide up underneath the bridge.
So we need to find a way to get underneath the bridge.
No, they're like, I think they're just like tied to the bridge, if that makes sense.
Or there's some sort of shadow entity stuck to the bottom of the bridge right there.
They seem to be hiding from you.
Sorry, this is free action thinking. Like, I think is a free action.
Shatter.
I mean, it's
At the end of this
using an
turn.
AoE.
Roll a d20. Oh, sorry. Next turn. It's the next turn now. What are you doing on your turn?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Turn 4.
That's what I'm thinking about.
We do need to be careful about destroying the bridge.
Right,
So shatter probably isn't a great idea.
right.
If somebody has a different idea.
I could mind spike one, and then I'd be able to track it, even though it was invisible.
Well, they're all hiding from you now.
Right, but you know, if I could see them eventually, if they hide from me for the next 6 turns or
I
whatever.
wonder what would happen if we had Durmir just walk out into the middle of the bridge and cast Turn Undead.
It'd be funny.
Try it.
We could try it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the whole thing.
I think that's
We're in a
our
puzzle.
next thing to attempt.
Yeah. Anything else we want to try while I have Blink up?
I think we've gathered information.
Okay.
of this, so-
I can choose to end Blink, right?
Sure.
I
I
guess
think it's concentration.
I think it's yeah. I could
No,
be wrong.
it lasts a minute.
Are you
I'd say you
blinking
can
around?
end the spell willingly on yourself, though. You don't have to blink in and out of existence for the next 6 turns.
It's- yeah. Okay. I will choose to.
You're gonna blink and you're gonna like it.
Well, I mean, that could be like a thing. Is like once you commit to using it, you're using it. Even though there's not really a negative to using it usually, but.
Once it's opportunity attacks. If you're blinked out, carrying
true.
out your turn in combat.
Anywho, I will
No,
undo
one of the
Blink.
wizards taking opportunity attacks.
I will
Sounded
undo Blink.
meaningful.
It is
tie
light
myself
outside.
There's
into the
plenty
rope.
of wizards running away from melee combatants. who
Well, they
shut
take
them.
opportunity attacks. They don't just give them out.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I'll tie myself back into the rope.
Okay.
Put the raven on my shoulder. Yep.
Sure.
Do the 2 tugs.
The second verse, same as the first. You slowly drag him out of the darkness.
It's
All
pretty
right,
fun.
Dermot, your turn. Go out in the middle and turn undead.
Yeah, I will say I will give my approximate like distance. I'll say if you walk for like 5 minutes, you'll be like.
Well, how much rope?
a good-
Finally.
Oh, that's true.
Ask
We
for
don't
a
have
true
room for that. You'll want to get as far in as you can because they hide underneath the bridge. They're all like along it.
Real quick before you use that, is turn undead line of sight or is it?
It's AOE, I believe.
This is all
I think
undead.
it's like a 30-foot radius.
Yeah, it's not that.
Which is, I mean, a 30-foot radius.
That's, you know.
That's not like small.
30 feet. All undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet of you. must make a wisdom save.
Ooh, there you go.
Dermot should just start shouting, "You are not
he's
true
certainly not
dwarves,
stealthy.
I am a true dwarf.
and I hate mushrooms."
Starts dissolving.
We are undead of the mushrooms. We love them. So you're just walking out like as far as you can go with the extent of the rope that they.
I'm interested.
You guys all pooling resources to make a long rope again.
Yeah.
You're walking out as far as you can go, and you're turning undead.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear some shrill screams from the darkness around you. Like to.
I will tug on the rope because we can't really do anything else.
Okay. Then you start walking. I assume same song and dance will walk up towards the edge, turn around, and then get slowly scooted out of here.
Well,
I
hopefully
just
that-
tell them I heard a shrieking. I don't know. If we wait
All
a
we
short
need-
rest, I can do it again.
Oh, you're 5th level, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't, oh, it might have an extra effect.
Let's see. Is this thing?
Oh yeah, doesn't it turn
Yeah,
into
you
destroy?
definitely heard some
You
shrill
heard shrieking.
shrieking. You heard shrieking.
Which is actually destroy undead after a certain level.
At 5th level. If a certain CR, if they fail their saving throw, it destroys them.
Well, you got 2 of them, I think.
From the sound of it.
However many thousands of them there are.
That's the thing.
This says 1 per short rest.
Okay.
Alright, well, it'll just take us like a year of doing that.
We'll get them. They all just stay like on the other side of half of the bridge. We can't get them.
But I wonder if that would move the sphere of their.
Yeah, I don't know
darkness
if
by the
I guess we don't know if the sphere is tied to the undead or
we'll
if
actually know
it's
that.
tied to the
map.
bridge.
Yeah, because all we can get with the tech magic is like an aura.
Because it could be, that the bridge is perfectly fine. It's just that the conglomeration of the undead is what causes the.
Right.
It's a darkness effect. That's probably like the illusion, and then the turning around effect. That's the
Okay.
enchantment.
So we know if you pull on somebody from outside of it, you can get them through
External
the magic
stimuli.
effect. What if we can find a way to push somebody from outside the effect? Push them to the other side.
Do I have any push spells?
We strap rockets to somebody.
Basically.
And they lay down on a skateboard.
Let's get on a
we
bridge in
launch
utter
them.
darkness
Yeah.
with no guardrails and push each other.
Well,
No,
there has to be a way to push them straight across.
An immense distance. Again, rockets and a skateboard. One person lays down on the bridge and just launch him straight through the other
I'm just
side.
saying it might
Or he just starts
if we
pinging
can
back
come
and
up with a
forth.
way to-
with
Sounds
the
like
bridge.
something from Legend
What's
of
the
Zelda.
range on
Totally does.
spiritual weapon? Like, it's, the cast range is 60 feet, but how long can it get away from you?
It lasts like an hour moving.
I made the mistake of making a puzzle that's interesting to fuck with, and you guys are just being scientists. No.
We have found an interesting phenomenon. We are going to study it,
I
damn
don't
it.
really have a clue for how to turn this off, so we
Yeah,
just
that's
have
what
to,
we're trying to figure out.
Is
All
there-
we can do is poke and prod.
Is there another way?
Where somebody rolled, unfortunately, at a certain thing at a long time ago.
Yeah.
And missed a clue.
Missed a clue.
Well, tie the rope around my waist. Long rope
Around the waist.
around my waist. I'll plug up my ears. And I'll try walking across and we'll see if that has anything to do with it.
So you're trying to walk across, eyes closed, ears plugged.
Ears plugged. Eyes open, but ears plugged.
Okay.
Or at least cross the threshold and then try and just turn around and walk back.
Okay. Same song and dance
I have
happens.
to be. I have to
The
be
hearing
back
doesn't
out,
seem to
okay.
affect it.
Good enough.
So it's not hearing and it's not sight. It's literally just like your locomotion. Like it's like an effect. The effect happens.
Yeah, we have to just find a way to make somebody cross without them actually like
Without their own
steering
power.
themselves and not under their own power.
Yeah.
We need a really big magnet.
Always. We always need a really big magnet.
How about we throw some ball
Get a really
bearings
big
and just see what happens?
I have the force.
That's a waste.
You do have the force.
Yeah, what happens if you put ball bearings down at the entrance and then try to just run and slide?
Yeah, what if we greased the entire length of the bridge and also
How
running
much grease
start?
did you guys bring?
Also, if you start slipping to the side, you're just like, well, I'm dead.
Something to consider is that you do want to get your wagon and two
Yes.
goats across as
We
well.
do want to like
So the
disperse
plan
this
is
effect.
force pushing each other across the bridge, or
Looks like somebody's-
greasing yourself
Looks
across.
like somebody's drifting the wagon.
There'll be a lever on the other side to turn it off. I'm sure.
There always is.
I think
Yeah,
it's-
this is a video game.
I think at the end of the day we want to try to disperse this effect if we can. Or if puzzle if there's a if there
Okay,
is
I've
an
been,
actual
I've been
puzzle.
sitting on this, and I'm just finally gonna ask
Go
you.
ahead.
How's like my arm feeling about being around this bridge?
This place doesn't seem to affect it.
Doesn't
any
affect
more
it?
so than it normally is.
No?
Itchy. Yeah. This doesn't seem to be.
This is
connected.
a metal bridge, right?
It is.
So if I were to light it on fire with my fire breath, just to,
I don't think you would be able to like.
It's like steel. It wouldn't really light.
I know, but just I want to see what it does.
Wait, you want to just try heating it up?
Where at? At what point of the bridge?
In the middle of the bridge, you want to?
Let's tie the rope around Lala and let her burn.
Just walk out there.
Just assume if everybody walks in the middle, we're doing the rope trick.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you have to tell me every single time.
If someone wanders
We're
out
doing
there,
the
they're
rope
fucked.
trick.
The good news is
You have to
if we
be.
ever forget.
You have to be very specific
can walk
every
out.
time you walk on the
Someone can
bridge
walk
because
out of
I
the
have enough to juggle here. Deciding how this shit works when you guys cast boink. Not bitter.
Why did you give it to him then?
He rolled it. When I made the magic item and was deciding what spells it could cast, I didn't think,
This
how will this
particular
interact with Black
interaction.
Chasm Bridge? I guess I should have been. Walk out, I mean, you're just, where are you breathing fire? Like onto the bridge, into the darkness?
Both. I'm gonna try both.
Well, you only have one breath weapon a day.
Oh, damn.
So,
I can't move them around my head. I just have to, like...
I mean, you could try and hit the air, like you cast it or breathe it out in front of you and hit some air and some bridge.
Okay.
It's not normal, but it doesn't seem to hit anything or really affect things abnormally. Like moving, it seems like it's like breathing fire into air is like pouring milk into an empty glass. This fire spreads into it more like pouring milk into a glass of water. It kind of moves
Interacts
through
with
it and
something.
disperses and kind of fogs throughout it instead of just blasting out into it.
Oh.
It
So
doesn't. It seems to kind of burn away at some of the air around you, but then it just.
it's like
It's
Jello.
thick darkness.
Maybe we need like more light.
That's what I was wondering if
Yeah.
we did a long rest and cast
Yeah, we could.
daylight
I mean, we
in
could
there.
set up camp here. Set up a watch and.
Alright, yeah. Let's camp at the edge of the bridge and have Dermot prepare daylight.
Yeah.
You guys do
it's
a long
not,
rest.
it's
on
not
the side of the
dignified, but it works.
Okay.
Right on it. Part of me wants to.
I'm assuming daylight.
Part of me wants to take my long
It is a
rest
third
out
level
there
spell.
Oh, it is a.
It's quite powerful.
because I think I can take a couple of.
I'm wondering if you fall asleep out there, if those gremlin
They get
things
you.
pull you off, and that's what happens.
Oh,
to
did we
that
manage? We
gnome.
got that pack back, right?
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
the pack.
I will add that to our inventory.
'Cause
Just
we
add,
don't know what
um,
happened to that gnome guy.
3
Poor guy.
rough gemstones.
I would not sleep out there. And you're gonna get pulled
Well,
off.
I think I could probably take them better than the old man could.
I would
But
not.
what if it's just literally they pull you off when you fall?
You cannot fly. True. Yeah. I think it's just an
I
unnecessary.
I think there's something we're missing that we can't discover from out here, and the rope trick may not be cutting it as far as our experimentation with inside.
It's true. But I think we can try this daylight one first, just to see if like we can push the effect back, and then we'll have a solution, and then we can maybe find some tricks along the way. But I think we should try that first, rather than have you risk your butt.
less risky experiment.
Without you, how will we get out of here?
That's also true. If you die, then we're kind of fucked.
Just go up.
Yeah.
You can take a long rest here if you want. I feel like we're missing out on valuable experimentation time. But you take a long rest.
Well, we have
I mean-
to sleep at some point.
Well,
It's true.
I don't know. Can we go deeper? Like, the thing is, there's a test we can do, now that I think about it. So, we're going to do the rope trick. I walk out to the end of the rope, so the full 260 feet.
Okay.
And then I have my raven fly, like, out and see if he gets, like, back to me. It's like he'll just keep going as far as he can and see.
From, like, on the bridge with you, like, fly off your shoulder, straight forward as far as he can go.
Yeah.
Eventually he gets back.
Okay.
I knew that would happen.
Yeah. Well, so what I'm thinking is that if I, like, it's like with the pack thing, right? Like, if we left the rope here, you could go out farther and you would eventually get back to the rope.
Right.
So that would allow you to scout it out, and then you could get back to the rope, give it a tug, and we pull you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just, yeah. Admittedly, like, I'm not entirely sure what to experiment on from the inside, but I think the answer is inside the
What
sphere
all-
and not outside the
What
sphere.
all did we investigate inside the bridge?
Fire.
Well, I mean, like, when you were out there with the Smurf Nebula, what did we try? You,
I mean, we determined that, like,
Shooting them.
as we kind of figured out, it's like you return the same direction you left. We know they are physical.
yeah.
Like, you can...
We know it's not a spatial
Actually
loop.
hit
It's
them.
it's an enchantment on yourself.
I'm gonna fire an arrow across the bridge.
Okay. Disappears in the darkness.
Do you ever hear it land?
It's just a goddamn
No.
boomerang.
You do not.
That is...
No,
that is,
it's not.
that is the...
It's not a
that is-
spatial warp.
That is the other thing that it does. You can't shout into it, and
Right.
you can't
There's a
shout
silence
out
as
of it.
well. There's a
Yeah.
silence illusion. There's a darkness a silence, and then the enchantment that flips you around.
Yeah. And they're undead.
And they're undead.
They're like crawling around in the
So we did
Yeah.
do the long.
Okay, so
rest, or no?
we've determined
Well, I think we're just doing we're trying to experiment before we do. the long
we've
rest.
decided that these are undead. That's what we have discovered. And they're physical.
They can be harmed.
They can be harmed.
It,
seems
was like semi-solid when you punched
Right.
it.
Magic's probably better, but
I
It had
wonder,
resistance to your punch, but it did connect.
right.
and
Oh, I felt it connect.
What are you saying, Jared?
because I have divine sense, so I could see or I can at least get an idea where they are.
I'm
wondering-
I don't think divine sense
It just
gives
tells
you.
you if they're nearby.
If they're nearby, oh damn,
It's kind of like with his, where it's like you'll know that undead are near, but you can't be like they're to the north.
yeah.
Yeah. Or they're right in front of me. Ha! That would be handy.
Myself.
It's not like detect life in Oblivion. Like you
Yeah.
can see like the glowy pink.
Yeah.
You know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover.
So I wonder if I were.
You know the type, celestial fiend or undead, of any being whose presence you sense, but not its identity.
Because I wonder if I could.
The vampire counts strong.
Because I do have divine smite, so I wonder if I were to find one of these undead and
Punch him.
pretty much hit it with...
Or you can go in there blindly and start doing that. Maybe.
Yeah, but then I'm more likely to fall off the bridge.
No, you can see. I meant not like blindly, but
just
I
start
mean,
blindly swinging?
just start blasting. See if you hit them. It's like the pinata.
Yeah,
thing,
at this-
except
at
Something
this-
tells me that's not how you solve
Yeah.
it.
I have no idea. At this
Running out
point.
there and swinging a sword in the darkness is the cleanest way to solve it.
Yeah. At this point, it's worth a shot. Like, we've tried a lot of different things.
I mean,
Is there another path?
I mean, there's 100 other paths on the way here. You guys were taking a map to this place, essentially.
We were
But-
specifically investigating.
but something this bullshittery has something on the other side.
I know.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's treasure on the other side. My
You
balls
don't
can
you,
feel it.
you don't do this kind of bullshittery without something on the other side.
Well, I mean, those at least a gem bag.
It just is a bridge that ended in a stone wall. There's no open.
Nah! We blow up the bridge.
With ourselves on it.
Yeah.
Screw your campaign.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm willing to go give it a shot just to see.
I wanna.
If
I
anything
kind
happens.
of want to go take a look over the edge with my magic eye again.
Okay. Well, I think we have a safe way of getting you back on the bridge. I just don't know about spending the night out there. You see what I mean? So it's like if we have other things that we want to try before our long rest, and then we can try this. We should do those first, and then we can try the next thing.
I think
and then
I
we can
def-
figure out from there.
I definitely want to go in, tie the rope around myself, go in and try this divine sense, and then do a divine smite if I find one.
Okay.
Feeling hopeless. I'm going to go pet the goats.
That's fine.
Just to be like,
They appreciate it.
Lala's bored and getting a headache trying to.
I mean, you can walk out there.
Yeah.
So you're walking out with the rope tied around you.
Yeah.
You can use divine sense. You can sense a couple within the 60 feet of you.
But they're
You move towards them.
and they go away.
They will go under the bridge, and your sense fails. So they
There's
seem to be
hypnotic pattern.
they seem to be avoiding confrontation with you. If you're like charging them, like you can be like, "There's one 30 feet this direction." You move that direction. By the time you get there, you don't see anything.
They figured out that we can
see them.
See them a little bit.
Well, I'll tie it on the rope twice then to
Let's look
pull me
at.
back.
Jocelyn actually has a very interesting spell. Hypnotic pattern. Because they're obviously looking at us. You create a twisting pattern of colors of waves in the air inside a 3-foot cube within range. The pattern appears for a moment and vanishes. Each creature in the area who sees the pattern must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed by the spell, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. This spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage, or if someone else uses an action to shake the creatures out of its stupor. So they're undead, they could be resistant to charm. I guess that's a little meta, but I don't know.
You're a wizard.
I'm a wizard. I know shit
Sure you do.
about spells.
Sure you are.
I'm sure you are.
So technically, the air inside a 30-foot cube within range. So you could do that, and as long if they're looking at you, and they can see through the darkness, they would see the pattern, and become incapacitated. They feel.
Sure, let's try it.
I'm just interested to see what that would do. You could go with how long does Divine Sense last?
Just had it pulled up. Give me a second. Divine sense.
I will start off with a beautiful song with my flute to attract them, and then surprise them with hypno.
Hypnotic pattern. Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch.
You thought was song.
This doesn't.
Fool.
This doesn't tell me.
What are you looking for?
How long Divine Sense lasts for once he casts it.
Why is everything so divine with these guys?
Because they're paladins.
Where did I get this from? Last features. Oh, there it is. You use it.
Maybe they're.
Until the end of your next turn. So
Oh.
it essentially lasts 6-ish seconds.
What if we can secret tunnel this?
How do you mean?
Through the mountain?
Yeah. Sing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
there you go.
We could use the slide whistle. It's a powerful tool.
No, I'd get stuck in there.
What are we going to find that?
I mean, we could pull you back a lot easier with the slide whistle,
So
actually.
you already used the divine sense the one time, but you can use a number of times equal to 1 plus your charisma modifier.
I essentially get it 3 times.
So you could go out there and point out where a couple are, and then try and hit them with the hypnotic pattern, if you want.
I'm just interested to see if A, that would knock out their invisibility, or B, if they're like incapacitated, if they like fall off the bridge or something funny like that. Which would be
I guess worth a
interesting.
shot at this point. What else can we do? We've been stuck at this for a while.
You
Oh,
go
it's
out
just a
there,
puzzle.
you divine sense, you say, there's a couple over there. You cast hypnotic pattern.
Mm-hmm.
What's your spell save DC?
It's 13?
Spell save.
6 plus 8. So it should be 14, I believe.
14? Okay. You sense 2 of them over there. All of a sudden, one of them is not within range. You sense one that was about 40 feet from you, and then he was 50 feet from you, then he was 60 feet from you, and then he was gone.
Works like a charm!
Your combination of an ability and a 3rd level spell has made one of these guys fall to their knees. You don't see anything because they're made of darkness and darkness, but one of them is not within 60 feet of you anymore.
Ah, the gold one's back. Pretty.
It's more like you slack Johnny. He's like, nah.
She's so pretty.
Could you cast Tasha's hideous laughter on the shadow
If
people?
you could see
You'd have to be able to
Oh, they have this.
I can't see shit.
I can't see.
That is genuinely hilarious, though.
Well, we've maybe melted a couple,
Right.
and one fell to his death. Who knows?
Technically, you could do something like lean over the bridge and cast it underneath the bridge, and see if you catch anyone with it.
It's kind of
Because
just
it could
an area. You know
Yeah.
from your sensing different senses, these things seem to be dispersed along the bridge, and so unless you could do like couple hundred foot length of bridge, it'd be hard to hit a lot at once. Roll me an Arcana.
I've been studying this long
I've been
enough.
thinking about this a long time.
That is a 20. Numbers are important. 3.
Between seeing how Dispel Magic didn't work with how you were trying it, and the nature of the kind of shape of this thing, you think that for this to exist, there is probably some sort of rune or object or something that is the source of this magic. You think that Dispel Magic should work on this, but you'd have to find what to dispel that's the cause of it. And it's probably close to the middle.
That makes sense, because it'd be a radius, usually.
Well,
Hang on. I know the approximate length of this bridge. It's like a 15-minute walk, roughly.
Yeah.
So I'd be able to roughly pinpoint where it should be.
I like the word pinpoint, but yeah. Roughly find the exact perfect middle.
I'm just saying.
hey, we could hang Dermir over the side of this bridge so he can cast spell magic on a rune.
Heave ho!
Well, we could also tie him in. Yeah, I have a climbing
What
kit.
if you
and
fly
stuff.
your raven just under the bridge looking for anything on the bottom?
Ah, that's a smart idea. I'll have the raven. Yeah, of course. I don't have to go risk my own ass. I can send the bird.
And he's been flying literally all day. He's like,
He's a magical construct. He's fine. Why are you? You don't even breathe. Where are you getting tired from?
get out of here, face spirit.
You practically don't exist outside of my perception.
If I die, we're in this together, bud. Yeah, I'll send him out.
Okay,
and
he flies in there.
Take a look around like the middle part of the bridge to see if he spots.
He doesn't
it.
really know what the middle part of the bridge
Yeah,
means.
that's
His
right.
own perception.
Um,
He's trying to have him
Fly
fly
back
back
and
and forth.
Or
all-
fly in one direction for a really long time.
on the bottom, the side, the top.
Bottom.
If you-
Have him fly on the
Also, if
bottom.
you have a
let's start on the top.
Okay. He flies for a very long time on top. Roll perception.
It's a 19 on the die.
Okay. He does notice an occasional silhouette as he flies by, but he doesn't notice anything else.
Okay.
Try the bottom.
Yeah, try the bottom.
Okay. Roll perception.
9 on the die.
9 on the die. Okay. How is he flying on the bottom?
I'd like him to be looking, like checking up. Looking
How
up.
close is the bridge?
Roughly 20 feet.
20 feet below it?
Yeah, that should be fine. No, 10 feet below.
10 feet below.
Yeah.
Okay.
That should keep him out of like arm's reach, but hopefully close enough that he'd be able to spot a rune.
He doesn't notice anything glowing or rune-like at all on this. He notices an irregularity on the bottom of it in one spot, but he can't get a very good look at it.
Okay.
But one area, it seems like a pretty flush, flat bottom, apart from one area.
Okay.
I can go.
Have him go right up to that spot.
Yeah, I'll have. Yeah, let's like try to fly closer to the irregularity.
Give me another perception check.
17 on the die.
17 on the die. He kind of flaps up really close to it. He's kind of looking, and you, looking through his perception, see that there's like, it looks like essentially some sort of like egg-like shape of dark like it's almost like a gemstone or something, like something stone-like right on the bottom, and there's some kind of dark tarry tendril stuff, kind of like a glue sticking it to the bottom here as he flaps up, and then the perception disappears. You see essentially a set of fingers go across the face of this thing, and then it's gone.
Okay.
I know that guy's fucking location.
There's a shadow out there that is dead.
I have advantage on my attack against him.
You're just standing on the edge of the bridge, like pointing into the darkness, firing occasional arrows.
I'll get you, fucker.
Alright, I think they're gone.
Alright.
I can step out of them. Jesus! Darts back under the bridge.
I no longer have a raven for a short rest.
Well,
It was
do
like
I
a
hang somebody off the edge of the
crystal
bridge
egg?
so they can take a shot at that thing, or?
It was like a crystal?
It's like an
Egg?
egg kind of thing.
Well, you know where it is because it's on your raven, right?
Well,
yeah.
one of the shadow things killed
One of the
us,
shadow
right?
things.
But you have an approximate knowledge.
They have
of the
approximate
location.
knowledge of many things. That is wow. That was almost right.
How thick is the bridge? How far would you have to hang to see under it?
How thick is it?
Yeah. How like way down off the edge?
It would be. I'm sorry, I cannot myself.
It's probably a couple.
I knew the way you said it that it wasn't as thick as he was implying.
Yeah, no, it's a couple feet thick down.
Okay. So let's go to that spot. And you can Eldritch Blast that with somebody holding you with a rope.
I guess so.
And we'll do the rope trick so there's at least a way to be pulled out. With his
I'll strap him into my climbing kit
Okay.
so that I can.
Oh, I got a harness. Yeah.
So that I can anchor him over the side.
I just don't have a crummy rope tied around my gut. I've got an actual harness. Let's go.
Okay.
And I'll be above him on the bridge because I have some ability to see these things.
Okay.
We need a couple of you fuckers to stay on the outside.
Yeah, the rest.
I'm staying on the outside.
I'll stay on
If we
the
feel two
outside.
tugs on the rope.
How many people are staying on the outside?
Me.
Everybody but you two.
Those two are going to try and get rid of the source of the fuckery.
Okay. You kind of get this apparatus put together. You anchor it. You start swinging over the edge, where you. I guess you know where it is because where the bird died. Sure. Swinging over the edge. You can't. Do you have light cast on you?
Yeah.
Okay. You swing under with the light. Are able to see what looks like a kind of black, egg-shaped piece of glassy kind of obsidian rock that has black, gooey, tendrily tar sticking it to the bottom of this. And I need initiative.
We've been had.
Start blasting it.
Initiative is a 11.
11.
25.
45. You're going first.
You see nothing.
You see nothing, Kurt.
Can I make a perception check for any shadow people?
Sure.
21.
21. With the light, you can see the silhouette of one on the edge of where his light is on the side of the bridge. You can see one. You can see one.
I'm gonna take a preemptive shot.
Okay.
Just to, because these things seem to scatter a little bit when under threat. So
They're
I'm
like
going
cockroaches. Scatter!
I'm going to supply some threat.
Okay.
Which is an 11. But
11.
Hopefully that'll get it to.
It doesn't make contact with it, but it does. It flies past it, but you shoot in its general direction. You're second.
Wait. What do I see? I see that. Do I see threats?
Underneath the bridge, with this light illuminating, just beyond that, you see, kind of shielding its face as that light comes out, what looks like a shadowy gown silhouette of a person in total darkness.
Is that the fucker?
That's the one. That's the fucking guy. You can see him sitting there, still with a feather tucked in his hat.
that little bastard.
bird wizard repels down off the side of the bridge.
Pulls out handgun.
Killed my bird.
You killed my bird. I need to read.
My name is Axel Zavula. You killed my raven.
Prepare to die.
I need to read.
Eldritch Blast.
Exactly.
More like Eldritch Gat.
Sorry, I need to read exactly this because I don't want to cheat. Be like, I get advantage if it's actually like something.
Yeah, or it's just advantage to track them.
Right, exactly.
I don't remember what the ability is.
I know that I can recognize them. That's like one of
That's
the
the
big things.
fucking guy.
That's
You
the fucking guy.
recognize him.
I know that guy that I've never seen before anywhere. That's the one what did it.
If it is slain by a creature, you gain advantage on all attack rolls against the killer for the next 24 hours. So I know that that's the guy.
That's
That's the
the
one
guy.
I have advantage on.
Man, I would be throwing my bird at people.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that's why the
I'd
bird.
be having the bird pestering somebody until he
That's
kills
why
me.
the bird has to have some level of personality on its own and not be.
Right.
It's like, all right, go in there and let that guy kill you. No.
Well, it's also that it's like this is Raven Queen is by its very definition a UA. Like it's not like actually canon. So I try not to abuse its mechanics because it's not published. You know.
It's not It hasn't been completely polished out.
Right.
Yeah.
No, so I get advantage.
Not that anything in the core rulebook's got actually polished out.
Fair enough.
Ooh.
Show me a truly polished RPG system.
You need to
I'll show
go
you
to the slots with that luck.
Two mechanics.
Because there's two mechanics.
It's a 25 to hit.
I will absolutely do it.
Okay. Let's do it to him, boys. That's 7 damage Reno.
Okay, take 7.
Force damage to the face. Second attack. Another. What did I say? 25.
If it's over 20, you get it. You for sure get it.
Okay. That's a tenor to the face.
Alright.
So you hear, "That's the bastard! Come on, come on!"
You hear that shrill shriek as it just falls and disappears into darkness.
No. I
Back to the
have.
top of the initiative. Is you?
Do we seem to be being attacked by shadow people?
Oh, excuse me. There's their turn after that. Dirt.
I'm like,
They get an initiative order. He doesn't just die. Their shadows do seem to descend, and you can see it's like kind of like a shadowy shape appear into the light and like kind of shield itself from it, but then crawl along the sides of this.
come at me,
moving
you
towards them.
bastards!
There's going to be 2 that are going to be able to climb up to be next to you, and there's going to be a total of 3 that climb up next to him on the bottom on this rope here. The 2
Here's
that
where we
come
find
up to
out
you,
where these are the type of shadow people that you age 10 years every time they hit you or something. Bullshit
12
like that.
with the first swing,
Nope.
and definite miss on the second person swing on you. The 3 coming at you. First is a 14.
Nope.
Second is a 7.
Nope.
Third, however, is a 22.
Ooh, that will hit.
Got it the third.
I don't have shield on this boyo.
That's going to be 9 necrotic damage. And your strength score is reduced by 4.
Oof. That brings me down to a temporary 6.
You
Okay.
think that dropping to 0 would be bad.
Fair.
Yeah, I think you shoot the crystal. You don't shoot these guys. I
Okay,
mean, I
for the weak
understand.
point.
I understand you immediately being like, it's like, all right, I'm down here to shoot the crystal.
There he is.
There he is.
Listen, I didn't know if he was like a special bad guy or whatever. I just was like, that's the one. But I will. I guess you're up first.
Yeah. Well, they've stepped into my arena, the poor little bastards. So I don't get 4 attacks. I'll merely get 3, but I'll drop the crossbow and draw both blades.
Hell
Haha, have at you.
How about you? Are any of your blades magical?
Nah. 15.
Not
yeah.
yet.
Hits.
Not yet. 8.
Okay. Seems to be reduced.
Crit.
Yep, absolutely.
Only 8 on the crit.
Okay.
Disappointing crit.
That happens.
Offhand. 18
Yep.
for 7 damage.
Okay. They're both still up. The one that you hit 3 times seems very bad off, but is not dead. Seems like your blade kind of contacts and then sweeps through them. It's like they're only half there.
If only we'd been into the part of the Underdark that had that magic singing sword, long sword, then I'd use a magic thing.
The The Iran
I'll swing a whole shot full of dresses at him.
So,
You're next. There's 3 of these things kind of twisting up along the side, clawing with their hands at you.
this is going to take some pretty precise casting on my part.
You wouldn't. You would.
It would guarantee break the gem.
Fire mission danger close.
It might break the bridge. So
Alright, let's do this thing.
no, I'll just Eldritch Blast it. I can't. I'll listen.
Well, even if you did break it, like, would the whole thing collapse, or would you just have like a little 10-foot thing to jump over?
Well, that's kind of the problem. is do I risk that?
When you jump, but midair, the enchantment hits you, so you just stop.
Stop.
Turn around 3 times and then fall to your doom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will try to Eldritch Blast the crystal that has the goo.
The crystal or the goo that's attaching it.
Oh,
What are you trying to target?
Hit the glue. Unglue it. Just
If
so
we
it
steal
falls.
this thing, can we just use it as a portable prison anywhere we go? It just traps everybody inside.
That's a good point.
How would we bring it with us anywhere?
Well, by
Just
walking
let
with
it
it, it
fall.
would change
Just-
where the center of it is.
Just let it fall.
It's a prison you're all trapped inside of, but you can accidentally trap other people inside of walking around.
Like, nobody would be able to get out of it. We would just be hoovering up other people as we walked, and they would just all be permanently stuck
Yeah.
with it.
Eventually there'd be so many people inside the radius that like when new people joined it would force other people out and they'd be free. It's like a black hole.
I will shoot the
Sounds
goo.
like fun.
Okay, roll it.
I don't think we can be trusted with that thing. You
No.
should just make it fall into the darkness.
Yeah, but that
19 on the die.
Absolutely hits.
Okay.
Roll some damage.
hopefully it shatters when it hits the ground.
That's a 6er.
6er.
6 damage.
It's gonna. It's gonna.
I
feel,
got a backup.
This is about to feel extremely weird for the both of us as it falls past us.
Roll on another
I'm
attack.
extremely glad that you're anchored in.
That's a 15.
15 hit. Roll a little more damage for me.
Ooh, close to max. That's a 13.
13 damage. A single tendril pulls this crystal as it swings
Alright.
below the bridge.
Luckily, these things don't seem to
Erickson.
have super high rolls, but I only have a effective
Oh,
6
I need
HP.
a concentration check from you for your light.
Like,
No, it's not
No, it's
concentration.
not
We already got this. We already got
Ha
this. They still have disadvantage. Damn. The 2 attacking you, the highest is a 13.
So daylight
On the
would have
first.
definitely been super
Worse on the second. Would have been a crit if they didn't have disadvantage.
That's
The
such a-
3 coming at you.
Take it along.
That is a fail. That is a fail. And the 3rd, come on. Let's get another reduction to the strength. That is a fail. That's a 9. On these, 4 of the 5, the one that was the higher one was a crit.
That's why
the DM's dies trying real hard to kill us.
Literally, DM's die 20, other die 5.
It's trying real hard to kill
That's
us.
why we impose disadvantage at every opportunity.
If that DM's like, it's a chance to murder somebody. It's gonna do it.
Oh, you're hanging off the side of a bridge with no ability to save yourself?
Crit. Too bad the other die had other plans.
Okay.
That's
Back
back to you guys.
to
You want to try and murder one of these bastards?
Yeah, of course. I want the XP before they all vanish when you destroy
Remember when
them.
we wanted to tame a shadow?
We did. Was that your shadow?
It was
that we
my
tried to
shadow.
tame?
We
Yeah.
wanted to tame it.
The taming of the shadow.
Was that another crit?
That was much funnier than it should have
That was a
been.
stupid
16.
shit. I'm glad I got a pop from somebody.
That is a 9 damage.
He seems to be like the tendril below, hanging on by but a single thread after that.
Well, then he gets a second attack. That's a 24 to hit.
That'll do it.
I am
Max
so
damage, 11.
tempted to grab this thing with like a mage hand.
12?
12
we just want to be rid
to
of it.
hit. I'm sorry, to damage.
Yeah, 12 to hit the other one.
I want to know what happens if you're traveling with this on you.
That's.
I don't want to
8 damage
find
that.
I
out.
don't want to know. Can we
I
just
don't-
like make sure it's
I don't want to deal with the repercussions.
The question is
I'm
it
over
like
clover.
technically a magic item where you could attune to
I
it
could
and
attune it,
control
stop
it?
it.
Or. Is
Your
it just
turn.
a crystal of fuckery?
Okay, what if we put it in the portable hole? Would it turn off the effect, and then we could pull it out and trap people in like this weird sphere with
We
us?
would instantly get
You're not
trapped.
trapped in here with the. I'm trapped in here with you.
We literally have a portable octagon.
You just pull it out. It's like you can't leave now. You have to fight us.
You're not,
Run away now, hag bitch.
we run into one of his mates and we start kicking the shit out of him, and he's like, we would meet again, and he turns and runs away, and the guy comes running back out of the darkness, and we're like, hi.
Nice try.
How did you get over here?
Okay,
turn.
try and save and put it in the portable hole. That sounds amazing.
I cast Mage Hand
Okay.
and try to grab this thing
No.
and yank it back
Can you
up on
just
top
destroy it? God damn it.
Please.
Mage Hand will grab. You cast Mage Hand. It grabs a hold of it. It doesn't seem to be strong enough to separate it from the.
You
Okay.
big dummy.
We've got one more try.
Doctor.
Come on, Birdie, come on.
Please
I would
don't.
get smacked for your troubles for trying
10.
that
So both
bullshit.
miss you. The 3 on you.
I've got 2 members of your party killed.
That's an
The
18.
words
That
portable
hits.
octagon. I seem to have done it.
Well, we've had so many enemies bullshit run away from us, and I'm like, if we could just have an option.
I just think
pull
it's
this
a
out and we cannot flee.
terrible
9
idea to
necrotic
have this
damage?
at all because there is a
And your
great
strength is
likelihood
reduced
that
by
we
2
will
more.
get trapped in it by having
Second
it.
attack.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's an 11.
Nope.
Honestly, after
Third
all this
attack.
bullshit, I just want to be done with it.
14.
Worst case scenario, maybe we
Miss.
break it.
Okay.
To get it stuck by
Back
it.
to the top. Your turn.
Do not
Gotcha.
try
Or
to
we could just be
make
really
it just
chaotic and just like
I've already got
somewhere in the city.
10?
10.
We just did
Damage.
it somewhere.
10 to hit.
10 to hit. 10 will not hit.
15.
We just like put it in the sewer
15
somewhere
will hit.
and Skygate this whole section of
11
city. Like take some nuts to go
Prank
everybody out.
I
potential
love
is
that you guys are
serious.
amused by
Okay.
this because the second you come over and
21.
trap us, I'm just
That's
we can
another
just throw
16.
it off the bridge.
Okay.
Well, do you have the portable
Still up, but
hole?
hurt. Very, very hurt.
She does.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah.
I do.
Alright, well,
Your turn.
Okay.
I feel like this should have been ran by
the
her
last
before
string
we
of
get to
goo.
this
Okay.
decision.
That is a 16.
That will hit. Roll damage.
You can't Mage Hand only hold like 5 pounds. Like if this thing's too heavy, it'll just drop.
That is
I think it can do
20,
like
20.
20.
Sorry.
Because you can technically be a small enough, light enough character that Mage Hand can pick you up and carry you away. Which is a bullshit way to fly that most DMs will not allow.
Yeah.
Picking yourself up.
Okay.
with Mage Hand.
I can move Mage Hand as a bonus action, I
You
believe.
can. This weighs more than 10 pounds.
Ah.
So
It's only Mage Hand's only 10 pounds.
Mage Hand is only 10
Wow,
pounds.
I really thought it was more than that.
It can't attack, activate magic items, or carry more than 10 pounds.
Damn.
As you blast the last, I checked.
Yes,
It
it's
had
okay.
a chance,
I
you
tried.
fuckers. You blast the last tendril of glue.
Yeah, 10 pounds.
This hand kind of like, and then it drops. It's not able to keep hold of it. And you see these kind of shadowy figures reaching out at you. As the edge of this hits, it's like a sweeping tidal wave that pulls them down, and you see this whole sphere kind of drop with them.
What
For the
happens
people on
to
the
me?
outside watching this, I'll tell you two in a second. The people on the
Oh,
outside watching
that's
this,
not good.
the darkness changes and it doesn't change. Like the darkness, like. And
A
more
darkness on
darkness is
darkness.
left behind.
Yeah.
A less dark darkness, even though both are impenetrable darkness.
You
It
see,
doesn't
like,
make any sense. It fucks
Say
with your
darkness
heads.
one more time.
However, the two of you on the inside, it is like. It's like sitting still while the perception, like you know the thing you have like those the vestibules in your the things in your like ear and brain that have liquid in them.
Yeah,
And
keep
they're
that-
what gives you equilibrium. As you turn, they slosh, and that's what the. It's like those things having somebody hold them and shake them like this while you're standing perfectly still. I need a Constitution save from both of you.
That is a 14 for
Don't
me.
throw up. Don't throw up. Don't fall over while standing right on the edge of the bridge. Constitution saving throw is 19.
19. You both. And you're like sitting on this rope and you just start twirling around. But you both are like, have to take, a good 15-20 seconds to kind of gather yourselves as this sweeps past.
Would the light that he's attached to, all like that has you guys attached to him, all of a sudden appear to
It
them on the
does.
edge of the bridge?
All of a sudden, that light appears, and you see him
He's
swirling
grabbing my
around,
stomach.
illuminated on this, kind of in the center of the bridge.
Oh, Axel, could you hear me?
Hold on a second.
You can hear.
I'm gonna fucking puke.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna start running out there.
Yeah, I'll follow
I'm gonna try
behind.
and pull him.
Oh, I feel so much worse than I did when I ate all that dirt.
This thing rapidly sweeping past you, not slowly being drugged through, is a trick.
I'm really sad we couldn't save it because I was having a really bad idea of things we could do with
The
that.
prank shenanigans were off.
I am going to.
Enemies can't run away. Just leaving it somewhere would be so funny.
We just leave it somewhere and then go see what we caught later.
Well, you just like left it in a busy part of town.
It's a
You
terrorist.
guys are terrorists.
It took them like months of figuring it out and trying to extract everybody out of the area by pulling them on ropes.
They need another room.
I will lay down in the center of the bridge until the world stops.
Takes a couple minutes.
They can haul him up.
Yeah.
I am not in good shape. I am very weak.
We're gonna pull Axel up.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever even took our long rest, did we?
No.
I'm staying back with the goats. I'm like,
That was so cool. That was such a cool. They're fucking shadows too, the bastards.
And this orb of darkness falls through darkness into darkness.
Hey,
Who knows where
hey,
it
say
is?
darkness one more time.
Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see, absolute terror. Is it terror or horror?
Pork.
Anyway,
Oh yeah.
Let's get across the bridge and take a long rest.
And with that, I think on the other side of this bridge and what awaits you there, we will come back to that next time on Skygate. You guys saw Black Chasm Bridge.
Eventually.
Eventually.
God, that took
It
so
was
long.
tricky. It all came down to your raven rolling shit on perception the first time it flew under the bridge and not noticing anything. That was the roll early on that made you guys have to beat your heads against
I
the
was
wall.
I was
But hey,
I was pretty certain there was something under the bridge because that's where they all retreated to.
I was getting ready to do a really complicated series of tying ropes to supports and then having like people leapfrog each other to like force people to move in the right direction. And
then we'd have to
eventually
leave the
trying to
cart
like
behind.
shove somebody out of the effect on the other
We'd
side.
have to leave the cart behind.
That's when you get across to the other side, only to find there's no door on the other side. You have to do something to get back. But at any rate, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time on Skygate.
boy.